Hi there guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the new Liam Gallagher and John Squire record. Hi there guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time. As I said just now, today we're going to be looking at the new Liam Gallagher and John Squire album, and I just want to give you my little bit of a review on it, what I think of the record and what the sound quality is like, etc. So without further ado, let's crack on, and here is the record. Now there's a few different versions of this. There's a standard black vinyl version, you've got a zoetrope version, which is the animated thing when you see it going around on the turntable. It's got animated patterns on it, which is pretty cool. Then there's this one, which is the eco-friendly PET polyethylene terephthalate version. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Not. It's basically made out of the same plastic that your food cartons are made out of, so it's totally recyclable, where an ordinary vinyl record is not recyclable, not unless they melt it down and make another record out of it. I have a few things around that, you know, a few questions around the using of this, but never mind. First off the bat, the record. So it's just called Liam Gallagher and John Squire. Obviously Liam Gallagher, he of Oasis, and John Squire, the guitarist from the Stone Roses. Track listing is Raise Your Hands, Miles to Liverpool, One Day at a Time, I'm a Wheel, Just Another Rainbow, Love You Forever, Make It Up As You Go Along, You're Not the Only One, I'm So Bored, and Mother Nature's Song. It's not a bad little package actually. I think this cost £25. It comes with a poster. I'll quickly show you the poster. There you go. Not a bad poster, just a reproduction of the front of the album sleeve. Then we get to the record. Comes in a poly-lined inner, which is nice. And there's the record. It's just a transparent yellow. It's a nice colour. There is, I don't know if you can see that, in the record you can see on the first track you've got those, I'd say it's an inclusion. I thought that was on the vinyl. It's actually in the moulded plastic. It looks horrible, doesn't look very nice, but it's, trust me, it is in the plastic. It will not come out. I don't know if you can see it. There you go, you can see it. But anyhow, what's my opinions on this album? It's really, really good. I actually prefer this to Noel Gallagher's recent album, Council Skies. Council Skies is not a bad album, but I find Noel Gallagher's voice after a while to be a bit whiny. He tends to sing in the same key all the time. He tends to write his songs in the same key. I think Noel Gallagher he sits in his comfort zone vocally. He knows where he sounds good, and when you listen to Council Skies, they're pretty much all in the same sort of one or two keys, D, G, you know. And he's, you know, it's very, very, it's a good sounding record, but quite simplistic really. Liam Gallagher, on the other hand, now is working with a, for want of a better word, a good guitarist. And that's not sort of defaming Noel Gallagher. Noel Gallagher's a great songwriter. Is he a brilliant guitarist? No, he's not. But he's a good songwriter. The thing with John Squire is, John Squire to me is the full package. He's not only a good songwriter, but he's a very, very good guitarist as well. I see John Squire is in the same sort of mould as Jimmy Page. Although I think Jimmy Page is a bit sloppy live. I don't consider him a virtuoso by any stretch of the imagination, but Jimmy Page is a great songwriter and composer. I don't consider Jimmy Page a rock god as a guitarist. It's just my opinion, and yours may differ. But John Squire is on another level. What does it sound like? There's some great tracks on this. Just Another Rainbow, I absolutely have fallen in love with that. Raise Your Hands, another great. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. They're all good. They're all really good. And there's some parts of this record where it doesn't sound like Liam Gallagher. He's sort of changing the way he's singing some of these songs. He's taking on a slightly different style of singing to what he did in Oasis, which I think is great. John Squire, it's basically a crossbreed of the Stone Roses and Oasis. If you like both them bands, you're gonna love this album. Right, on to the PET plastic. What's it like? Right, my honest opinion is I couldn't hear any difference. The noise floor of when you put the needle on the record is no different to a vinyl record. I don't know where we stand. I think this is probably going to be okay for off-the-shelf records. I'd like to see how it fares with more audiophile releases. I don't think it can hold a candle to the super vinyl that we're getting now for the half steps, that sort of thing. But this is early days. Rather than being pressed between two hot plates to make a record, this is basically injection moulded in a mould, much the same as you would injection mould a milk carton. It's highly recyclable, and there's my question. That record collecting, if we're talking about throwing records away, you're talking about old, Max Bygrave's records, old Brotherhood of Man LPs, that sort of thing, that didn't sell 5 copies. Record collectors collect records to keep, and I tend to be of the opinion that it's only a matter of time before these things go up in value and they start appreciating more than they currently do. Case in question is where is it? Oh, it's over there, I can't get it. The Japanese half speed master of Wish You Were Here. That's an all analog cut, but it was cut at half speed. That's now changing hands for £600, £800. Records, collectibles are going to go up. It's like trading cards and that sort of thing. Pokemon trading cards just went through the roof. I actually think records are going to go the same way. So people are not going to get rid of them. They're not going to recycle them. They're going to become something to look after and cherish for many, many years. So why would you want to put it in a bin? I suppose it being eco-friendly is a good thing. But that's only a thing if you're going to buy the record and throw it away after you've used it. 9 times out of 10, people don't throw these away. They keep them or they hand them down to people. When I shuffle off this mortal coil, I will probably leave all my records to my son and my wife, and they can do what they like with them, but I'll leave them to my son, and he can either invest in more or he can sell them on for money. I see these things as an investment going forward. Now, this is a limited edition, the PET version. I don't know how many copies there are. I like this album enough to buy a black vinyl version of it to do a comparison between the two. That may be on the way. 9 out of 10 for the actual record. For the PET vinyl, it's not vinyl, it's plastic. At the moment, I can't really distinguish any difference between this and ordinary vinyl that they press records out of. I'm hoping that they improve on this and they'll maybe formulate make the formulation of the plastic better going forward. It may get used for more audiophile releases. It costs less to make it. Well, it's like it doesn't cost less, but it doesn't generate as much waste when they're manufacturing these records, apparently. So I don't know, only time will tell. This is the first release ever worldwide on PET, so we'll just have to wait and see how it goes from there. So let me just give you a rundown of who's on this. So we've got all songs written by John Squire straight away, so all lyrics and music written by John Squire. He's just pulled Liam Gallagher in to do the vocals. So we've got Liam Gallagher on vocals, John Squire on guitars, Joey Warrencut on drums, Craig Kirsten on bass, keyboards and percussion. Produced by Greg Kirsten, published by Copyright Control. It's just got a load of blurb about management, etc, etc. There's very little information on this record regarding how it was recorded. Obviously digital, it's not analog, but we shall see how it pans out with this new plastic that they're using using to make records out of. Okay, so wrapping up, Liam Gallagher, John Squire, brilliant album. If you like the Stone Roses, worth getting. The actual quality of the vinyl, the record plastic, is good. No discerning difference between this and a standard record that I can hear on my system. Now, someone with a 60 grand Air Force turntable or whatever might hear a difference, probably, you know, but on my modest Rager system, I can't hear a difference really. So I think it's relative. Someone with a much higher end system than mine may discern a difference between this PET and ordinary vinyl. I look forward to hearing other reviews on this to see what other people's thoughts on it. Let me know what your thoughts on it. What do you think of the album? Put it down in the comments below, and I shall catch you in the next video. Cheers, bye bye now.